Good evening. I welcome you to KAFTAN TV this evening, and I present to millions of Nigerians and introduce to some others Matters Arising. Matters Arising is a flagship talk show of KAFTAN TV that discusses and analyzes in-depth trending national and international issues done by our team of broadcast journalists. And tonight I am here. My name is Dayo Omoogun, and I'm here with colleagues also. They'll introduce themselves.
I remain Oriri Richard. Good evening.
Okechukwu Onubogu here.
Great.
Good to have you there.
Great. Now, tonight, I assure you, as usual, your program is going to be engaging, it's going to be incisive, it's going to be conversational, and we look forward to you participating and making this a beautiful program, a program that the world will like to know about, a program that you'll be proud to tell others about. And in the course of the show, the phone number 0802-999-38365 will be put on the screen so that you also can be a participant, not just a watcher, but beyond watching, we want you to also participate. And now, this evening, you know what? I'm sure you love football. And football, beyond just being a sport and a source of entertainment, is also an avenue for elevating people from all kinds of social levels. You would find, for example, that someone who's not had a meal in the last 24 hours would say to you, you know something, we don't buy Ronaldo. You know, see, I tell you before, say we get money, we don't buy Ronaldo. This is someone who has not had a meal since the beginning of this day.
Yes.
Yeah. and then it's boasting that they have bought Ronaldo.
The kind of love, commitment the Nigerian youth exhibit towards sports in this country.
Yeah.
If such love will be channeled towards the country itself, I think we will be competing with even America today.
Indeed.
I agree with you. But then let me still continue from where he stopped, because if that love will help them to get to be, use the word patriotic, to get to know about what we have, it would have been better. Let me give you another instance that those young men will tell you that they also bought Messi.
Exactly. They bought Messi.
They know everything about this.
They know the meal Ronaldo ate this evening.
They know the clubs, all the clubs in European Soccer League. And they know all the names of all these players. They have them just very simple.
It does in their brain.
Now ask them, who is the captain of Rangers, that is the best club in Nigeria as at today?
They never go off lights. They
don't know.
Some don't even know the name of their district head.
Okay.
That one is even a far-fetched one.
But they have a place of convergence when it comes to football. Yeah, I tell you. So it might also be a reason for the government to continue to invest a lot more in sports. Yeah. Now, tonight, we are not presenting News Roundup, and we have two topics, trending national topics that we know will interest you, that involves everybody that touches lives, and these are the things we're going to be talking about this evening. The first one has to do with the federal government's hardline stance concerning protesters who were involved in the recently concluded End Bad Governance protest, and how a report came talking about certain other measures that the government has taken about them. That's one. The other one has to do with the strike embarked upon by the National Association of Resident Doctors, and which started today, and it's a 7-day warning strike, which they have said if nothing is done to rescue their colleague who's been in detention in kidnappers' den since December 27, 2023, that they will take it a step further by declaring an indefinite strike. Now, these are the two topics we're talking about this evening, and we will be going to the first one, and after this brief intro, we will all go into it with my colleagues, and we will also open up the phone lines in the course of time for you to participate. You're welcome once again. Now, over the weekend, news came that a federal high court in Abuja, presided over by Justice Emeka Nwite, had ordered that 32 individuals and companies, their accounts be frozen. And not just that, that anyone who does any kind of transaction on those accounts while investigation is going on should be arrested. And this wasn't quite well received by many Nigerians, and for so many reasons, because it looked as though this is an unnecessary hangover from the protests. And why do people think it's an unnecessary hangover? This is a democracy, and we have a constitution that guides our democracy, that provides for freedom of expression and freedom of assembly, including the rights to protest, though peacefully. And so, having done the protests, people are at a loss as to why government will continue to try to make scapegoats of the protesters and their leaders. When you view this judgment in conjunction with the fact that several protesters and protest leaders had been arrested before now, and there are sources that say the number over 1,000 people that are in various gulags around the country just because of the end bad governance protest, then you would understand why many people feel that this is not right. And also, history has shown that descent into despotism comes gradually, and usually the signs are very benign at the beginning. So it takes people unawares until it's full blown. Now, it is not for nothing that Pastor Martin Nimola had reason to say, first, they came for the communists. I didn't speak out because I wasn't a communist. They came again for the socialists. I didn't speak out because I wasn't a socialist. They came for the trade unionists. I didn't speak out because I wasn't a trade unionist. And then they came for the Jews. And I still didn't speak out because I was not a Jew. But guess what? They now came for me. And by the time they came for me, there was nobody left to speak for me. I hope that we take a cue from that to know exactly our place in the democratic setting. Going beyond that, Philip Wendell did say that eternal vigilance is the price for liberty. And so tonight, that's the topic, the number one topic we'll be talking about. And when we finish this session, then we'll go to the number two topic. You're welcome once again. Gentlemen, the floor is open. This is the topic. Shall we?
NSAS, or
end bad governance.
End bad governance.
Yes.
And the aftermath.
Yes.
Just as you called it, a necessary hangover.
Yes.
Honestly, it's an unnecessary hangover. Honestly, it is unnecessary because one thing I know is that the leaders of this country today have been involved in protests before now. If there is nothing else we remember that even some of them were involved in a protest to bring down the military.
Mm-hmm.
And
under the aegis of NADECO.
Yes, and the military junta then, the leader of the group, couldn't do much because of their own system of operation. Now, that kept aside, they also, some of them were also involved in the protests for protests against fuel pump price increase, you know. That's talking about removal of subsidy. And it happened that while they did this, they had a field day everywhere. The police was around to protect them as ordered by the people in government, by the president then, that they should be allowed to do whatever they wanted to do. And it went on record that not even one soul was lost in that protest. But what are we seeing today? And apart from the fact that not even one soul was lost, not even, nobody was disturbed during, before, during, and after the program. And today, we are seeing something that's entirely different. Still, under what is supposed to be a democratic regime, is it not?
It is.
But then we are not finding these things that are happening now are happening the way it should be. People are supposed to have their fundamental rights of association and right of speech. And yes, we know that your own right stops where my own begins. But then, when you have not impeded any other person's right, why should you be disturbed? That's the question. Because what they did is something that is approved as far as the constitution of this country is concerned. What is said that it should be, the way it should be done, that's what they did. And surprisingly too, I must say that this is the first time that the police will come out and say, if you want to get involved in these things, write the names of everybody and come and submit to us. We've not been seeing this kind of thing. What are they writing their names to come and submit to you before they go and do their protest? Now, okay, look at it now. Let's see that they even, some of them agreed and wrote their names and submitted. Now you, that is supposed to be protecting them, guiding and helping to ensure that there is no harm anywhere, are the ones arresting them and putting them into trouble. Tomorrow, do you still expect them to come and give you another name because of what we're seeing?
Exactly.
Why should their accounts be blocked? What did they do? Why should you do this? Did they not do what has been happening in the country? Before. What is legally their right? That's what they did. It shouldn't be so. I don't think any person that really wants us to have peace in our nation should be involved in this. And so annoying and so surprising that this thing was even taken to a court and somebody had to say, pass a law to carry out a judgment, pass a judgment in this. Justice Wite, is it not?
Yes.
It's quite, I don't understand. You see, some of the times we see these things and it will look as though it's what you see in a movie. But it's happening right here, live in our country. Well, I'll let Richard talk because I know he wants to say something. But as far as I know, this is not right.
Just like you rightly said, in a democratic setting, one of the major ingredients of democracy is for citizens to show grievances, either through protest or you wait on the time of election, you show your grievances at the poll. And for the fact that it is the right of citizens to show grievances either through protest or any other means, protest can be done in so many forms. And like what happened recently in Nigeria and bad governance protests, we know very well that there are too many influence attached to the protest. And despite that, after the protest, what we are discussing now presently is the aftermath of the protest. And the government came out clearly that from one or two things they have seen from the protest, that they are going to investigate some things that happened, especially the Russian flag that was flown in the far north, and some other things that took place during the period. Now, out of over how many thousands Nigerians that participated in the protest, it's your right as a citizen to show grievances to your leaders, but that your right, like you rightly said, stop at a point when it's going to go against national interest or national security of your country. And out of thousands of Nigerians that participated in the protest, and from the name mentioned, the list mentioned, there are just 32 persons that their accounts were frozen. If 32 persons' accounts were frozen, possibly, that account must have received certain funds from certain angles. You know, this bank that we operate in Nigeria, cashless policy of this of our government, they are the one in control. They know how much enter your account on daily basis and from where it enters. The ones that there was suspicion, I think those are the ones that the accusing finger is pointed at. What I will say is that if they have been pointed that this money that entered your account this period, you need to come for clarification. As a good citizen, if you are accused of anything, in order to clear yourself, I think the best thing to do is to go. You don't turn yourself a fugitive. You don't run from the law. You go and present yourself. Then clear yourself. If the money genuinely comes from a source that has no stain, that has no effect to national security, I don't think they will do anything to them. As far as, to me, the way I look at it, now it's just mere order from the court that these individuals who own this account, that they are suspecting them and there's investigation going on concerning the account. I think it's normal. If we are to run a sane society, I think it's normal. So if they have been called upon to come for investigation, to present themselves for investigation and prove how the money came into the account. Like me as I am now, if you send money to my account, there should be reason why the money came to my account. And if I am asked to prove why and what purpose this money comes to the account, I should have my reasons to explain. In those days when this electronic system was not in place, cashless policy was not in place, EFCC even placed order in all the banks. There's a certain amount of money that you will credit into certain account that you have to fill EFCC form.
Yes.
You understand?
Correct, yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah, but these days, money go through different accounts, millions, without passing through that process. And I think that is one of the reasons that EFCC have this policy now, that if you, let's say corporate accounts, that you are to operate corporate account, you have to get your SCUMO. You have to have your SCUMO, where EFCC will be monitoring how much that comes to your account.
Mm. Especially
and
when
from
it
which
comes
source?
from
Which source? Because some foreign hands, especially like what is happening around African region now, any government that means something, you have to be vigilant about the foreign influence in our country, especially within the African sub-region. Foreign influence. They can send money into the country to destabilize the nation, like what has happened in Libya. Till today, Libya, they don't have a stable government. They don't even have government. And it was sponsored by foreign bodies. Today, they have no president. Gaddafi was killed like chicken. And they took over different countries struggling for ownership of Libya. So such thing, we don't want such to happen here. And that is the Arab nation that it has happened. So now in our area here, we don't want such thing. And as a good citizen, you have to always look towards what will better the image of your country.
Yes, yes, Richard, you're correct. What we're saying is, if this has to be, what you're saying is a general thing anyway, but if it gets to be on the specifics concerning these people who organized, planned, or spearheaded the protests, it will now show something else. Because I agree with you, what you're saying, maybe money is coming from outside and all that. Yes, and checking the amount, yes. But what if, because now you're just seeing these things the way they are, there is nothing even to prove that they have taken more money than normal. It's just because they are people.
I think from the information he gave us here, I think we don't have the figure that enters each of the accounts.
No, we don't have that.
None of us have the figure. So I don't think 5,000 naira will enter somebody's account and they will place a PND on the account. So maybe the volume of the money that enters the account within that period and the direction where the money comes from might be the reason for the action of government.
Okay. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is BC. I'm calling from Lagos.
All right, let's have your contribution.
I just, so I'm getting once again. I always love your program, but I want to just respond to what you are discussing about this embark governance and the account of flows.
Yeah.
And I would just want to say a few things. That number one, governments are not transparent in this. I'm not going to mention any name, but at least I've been able to meet with one of those that before they got something that the account was closed, was one of those that led the, what is it called, the
protest.
Bad governor.
Okay, the protest.
By the time he was able to look at the statement, when I look at money, it was about 10,000, 30,000. So just to tell you that these activities of government is just to silence any protesters and to silence Nigerians from saying they are hungry. Now, governments are responsible that if there are any issue of brigandage during the protest, it is the responsibility of government to take care of that and to ensure that that does not happen. Now, when people now cry that, okay, in the midst of this, we are hungry, and this is the time that a protest that was even announced that they are going to protest. Protest does come something like that. But this was announced and government was given the attention that its protest is going to take back. A date was given. And all the government could do is to call the traditional rulers, to call people and start to tell them not to protest, that you are not telling them what you are going to do about hunger. So all those prisons of account, let me tell you, I can tell you from Griver, I know you said I don't have some of the information, but some of us, we are following this, we have some facts. It is just a total lie from the government. Some of them that we know, they are even starting that the money that you have frozen, that the reason why they freeze the account is just because of what the man on suit in the middle scale. It is just because to make them feel that you cannot go out again to protest. They did the same thing during NSAS, and they are doing the same thing, not even for bringing back our girls. They did it for some of them. So this is just the style that they have adopted to shut Nigeria's mouth. And the current government, we know when it was in Lagos State government, how he dealt with the president of the medical of Nigeria, that until the guy had to shut up and he was sacked, the guy is dead. So we know all those stories. So freezing of accounts is basically just, why can't they freeze the account of those that are taking money in the National Assembly and making people to suffer unnecessarily? Why can't they take?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You've made your point.
They are putting account of those that said we are hungry. If the president came to Lagos and said we are hungry, being power, and they told him, and yet if you want to listen about it, the next thing you could do is to go and freeze the account of those that are raising flag. Is it the flag that why can't they go and investigate those people and freeze their account?
Thank you. We'll need to go on. Your point is well taken. I see you are very passionate about this. Let's move on to another person. Yeah, I understand. Thank you very much. Thanks for making this call. We'll take this next one and then we'll proceed. Hello?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes. I'm calling from Oriri.
And your name is?
My name is Choba.
Choba. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
This Tinubu administration, we compare it now with Abacha.
Abacha was a military.
Yes. I know what I'm saying. It's depriving us our rights. Not only that, the Boko Haram, the kidnappers, he never froze anyone account. He's working with them. Why innocent people that he protests? He's not frozen their accounts. Now, we are crying because of hungry. No fuel. Our own country, they give us almost 1,000 something after a weekend. Your children cry out. Instead of you to listen to them, you're not using gun, using the military to chase them away. Why? We have the 3 refineries. No one cannot work. If he says not a president before, he will not join this protest. He will join. Please, I believe that let the government listen to this program.
Thank you.
They learn something from it.
Thank you, Choba.
so much.
Thank you. Now, so talking about, trying to summarize a little bit or moving forward, clearly nobody is against criminals being prosecuted, being arrested. But when you do a summary arrest, a blanket arrest, then that's not, it doesn't portray the kind of setting we want to see in a democratic government.
And sincerity on the part of the government.
On the part of the government. Aren't we sending out a signal? Is government not sending out a signal that they do not want dissent, they do not want contrary opinion? And is that healthy for our democracy? Hello? Oh, it's gone. Now, so these are the issues. If you get a criminal, of course, by all means, prosecute the person. If he has to go to jail, if he has to suffer whatever punitive measure, let them face the music. But it is unfortunate that even the innocent are being lumped up with criminals. If you find anybody who was part of the arson, please prosecute them.
Yes, like those ones that went to NTC office in Kano.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
And to the panelists.
Yeah, thank you.
My name is Mohammed. I'm calling from Meduguri.
You're welcome.
I once again say you are speaking as very clear.
Wow, even your voice is very clear. Thanks.
Honestly, I admire it. Let me just summarize it from the little I listened to both of the panelists.
Yeah.
You see, our former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, once said that until Nigeria get the type of democracy that suits Nigeria before we should actually call it democracy. This theory democracy that we are practicing, there are so many loopholes inside. One, we give room for so many things to come in. This issue of account frozen, honestly speaking, I admire it that way. The other way, I also go against it the other way. Where I admire it is that if actually Joe Ajero was being sponsored by somebody from outside with money for him to take part in this situation, let him explain it. And those people investigating, they should bring it out. For you, journalists in Nigeria, should clearly, this money came from social thing for a purpose, and that's why they hijacked it. We had a rumor of 51 people during the answer that the government frozen the account. There was so many issues came up. The Minister of Digital Economy by then, and if Antani was being accused up and down, but the government covered up the money was collected. They did not happen. We heard of it. But now we are moving forward. This is a democracy. All of us have the right to say our view. We are Nigerians. We cannot sit down here and be watching things happening somewhere. Doctors are now on strike. Who knows how much is paid to that their group to go on that strike? They are striking in government public hospitals. They are not striking in private hospitals. So Nigeria is having a kind of corny down, study the loophole, and hit you. We can't continue that way. Let us tell ourselves the truth. Nigeria must exist before any individual exists.
Thank you very much.
Let us be careful with what we are doing. We should not just allow the issue of human right that we're going to bring a trouble to us, and then we start regretting. We shouldn't look for trouble by ourselves. We are already in trouble. All of us are feeling it. Thank you very much. Good night.
Yeah, good night. Thank you. Now, quickly, you know, he alluded to something briefly. Now, or was it the other person that called before him? We'll get back to this.
Someone else is to call.
His phone first now.
All right. So we'll get back to the phone. Now, see, we have a situation where we are presenting to the world a democracy where dissent is not permitted. That cannot go down well, whether locally or internationally. It cannot. And we cannot afford now to make enemies rather than make friends. And also, it's very important that we carry people along as much as possible. I mean, he just talked about the country being divided and all kinds of things. We have all kinds of dissension and divisions around the country. How do you pull people together because they have cried out that they are hungry, and then you begin to lock down their bank accounts? And just look at the example. Look at the example that somebody gave, that one of the persons whose accounts was locked up, only 5,000, 10 to 20,000 paltry sums that were going there. And so, as far as I'm concerned, until a prima facie case is established against anybody who has been involved in criminality, it is so totally inhuman to lump people together. I mean, reports say that over 1,300 people have been jammed into gulags around the country. I mean, it's not possible that as many of such people were involved in some of these things. We saw the videos. So I think that government has to tread softly in this matter so that the wrong signals do not go out. As has been pointed out before, even leaders of this government were involved at one time or the other in protests, and they were not stopped, particularly under the Goodluck Jonathan regime. I mean, the record is there. And not only that, it also made the government retrace its steps. Government of that time retraced the steps because of that protest.
Of course,
and in fact lost the election.
It brought down the cost of fuel from that 140
back to,
to 97
point something.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Good evening.
Hello. Good evening. It's Alex James from Jos.
You're welcome. Let's have your contribution quickly.
Really, would you say what does transpire last 2-3 years? Actually, in issue of hunger in the country is not something that every Nigerian is not feeling it. The hunger is there. And presently, issue of even the fall, we don't find it easy in the country. Nobody find it easy. How wish the government is stupid. Really, that's my take.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, before we move on, I'd like to chip in this. There's nothing wrong. It shows that we can truly secure our nation, even from cyber fraud, cyber crime. That's what this is a pointer to that fact. But why is it not extending to true criminals, to bandits, to kidnappers? These people collect monies. These people transfer monies to their loved ones. These people transfer money to their comrades in crime.
And they collect,
why is it not
so much money from the people that they have kidnapped, and nothing is going on.
Nothing is going on.
Millions of naira.
Maybe in that case, they collect cash. In most cases, they will collect cash. But in spite of that, they have bank accounts, they have phones. Why is it that
they have cronies
that are covering them?
The issue there is that democracy all over the world, even US that we borrowed from, they believe every democratic environment believe in dialogue. And from what is happening in Nigeria, if you look at what the callers are saying, is still part of the dialogue. If there is no dialogue, there is no how you reshape your democracy. Now, the other caller from that Medugro, where I said, Jos, he was talking about Nigerians having a rethink of the kind of democracy that suits them. It's still part of dialogue. And protest is disagreement to government policies. And once that is done, government have to kind of go back, rethink, and see how you listen to the people. And but on the other side of it, like I said earlier, if the 32 persons that court has given directive that this account should not be under operation, and anybody that comes close to this account should be arrested. And whoever that is the owner of this account, all the individuals who owns this account, that they have to present themselves for investigation. And to me, there is nothing wrong with that.
Yes, that is normal.
You present yourself for investigation. How did you, why this money? Who sent this money? For what purpose? You explain yourself.
What you're saying,
and you understand. And since it's just about account,
circumstances.
Since it's normal. Since it's just about account, too many people's accounts have been under PND. If you say that the money that have entered your account before the PND was placed, this one is still the same court. Like there was a time that Flutterwave went to court in Lagos, that there was a glitch in the account. And that glitch led to certain individuals transferring money from the system. And they went to court. Court gave order, and all the accounts were placed on PND. Then you have to prove how the money come to your account. You understand? It's not just about this. These are just 32 persons.
Yes.
That of Flutterwave was over 200, 300 persons or 1,000 people that were involved.
We also have someone.
Yes. Now we are talking about democratic protest. The protests have come and gone, and government said they are going to investigate. None of us here know the information before the government. And if you go and it's just about 5,000, 7,000, 10,000, like the caller from Lagos said, now come to your account and it's your brother that sent it. You just you write your statement and they will leave you to go. If nothing is indicting you, I don't think they will keep you there.
Yes.
To me,
it's not like what we are finding today about one of the governors, immediate past governors in Nigeria. It's not that kind of thing. That his own is that there are so many things that have been mentioned, and he's still on the roll up to now.
See, so even the U.S. today, for security reasons, you listen. I watch one foreign television in the morning. The owner of Instagram, he was arrested. He is under arrest now because what he is doing, using the system to do, is a threat to national security of a particular country. You understand? No nation that mean well for itself that will play with security.
Yes.
Now, let's say if the money is, no one of us can say here whether any of these 32 persons receive money from outside the country.
No. Let me quickly stop you there so that we can round up on this and move to the next topic. Yeah, hello?
Hello?
Yeah?
Yeah. A very good evening to you guys.
Good evening.
Yeah, I'm not calling from Jos.
Yeah, please go ahead quickly.
Sorry, I don't know what is happening in this country. And I know that you guys there are there for
Oh my. We lost him. So the truth is this. Nobody's saying that government has no powers or to conduct searches or conduct checks and all that. But when it comes in a particular circumstance, it becomes suspicious. And when it is not applied across board, it gets even more suspicious. That's the problem. That's what we're talking about here. And so we will be rounding up on this particular one, and we'll go to the next topic for lack of time. Callers, let's broach the other one, and then you can partake of it because we have to manage our time. Quickly, the second topic has to do with the strike that began today by National Association of Resident Doctors. They have embarked on a 7-day warning strike. Why? Because one of them was kidnapped on December 27th, 2023, that is last year. And for 8 months, this person has not been released. And this person we're talking about, unfortunately, to make it even more pathetic, is a woman who was still breastfeeding her little one at the time she was kidnapped, a mother of 5, and she was kidnapped alongside her husband and her nephew. And here we are, 8 months down the line, no respite, no change of situation. And so these doctors are saying, how long are we going to continue like this? And they feel, they have a sense that government is not doing enough. In the words of the president of the association, Dr. Dayo Omoogun, he did say that what has happened is a source of agony for her, for her family, for her colleagues for the past 8 months. And that any government or that the life of doctors should be important to Nigerians. Should matter to Nigerians. And I think that's true. That's a good point to make. Another colleague of hers said, in a country where doctors are living, those who choose to stay back
should be
ought to be
respected,
well protected.
Yes.
And these are germane issues. Now, so these are the issues. The woman, a ransom of 40 million naira has been placed on her head by the kidnappers. Apparently that has not been met. But come to think of it, this is also a country that criminalizes payment of ransom. So where do you go? You can't go forward, you can't go backwards. If you pay ransom, you stand the risk of being charged for criminal offense, and yet government is not able to pull the rescue mission. How do we go forward? Don't forget, these doctors have warned that within these 7 days, if government does not come up with something, if that woman is not released, they will embark on an indefinite strike. Gentlemen, which way, Nigeria? Where do we go from here?
Indefinite strike happening at a time like this is not going to be good. It's not going to be good.
Even the warning strike is
the warning strike is painful.
Terrible, yeah.
Because health is about the most important thing to handle as far as life is concerned.
Exactly.
Because it's a healthy body that has what to say.
Exactly. Let's take this quickly.
Okay.
Please, you continue from there. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah.
In response to what you have just said, I want to also respond to that man sitting down there with glasses, the one at the extreme right. I don't know how that man talks, honestly. He's offending many people in this country. What he was talking, does it make sense? Have they done that before?
Done what?
In this period of protest, have they taken that action before?
There's always a first time, yeah?
Listen to me. No, listen to me. Let me tell you. That man is offending many people in this country. Let him mind the way he talks.
Really?
You've not mentioned your name and where you're calling from.
You are talking.
Guess what?
You are talking as a Nigerian from your own perspective, and I am talking as a Nigerian from my own perspective.
Hold it. No, wait a minute.
Listen, people are hungry, people are tired.
First of all, let's go right back to the beginning.
Don't you have land around your compound?
Let's go right to the beginning. Let's go to the beginning.
You can't be talking. Talk your own.
Richard, wait. Let's go right back to the beginning. Yeah, wait a minute. What's your name? Where are you calling from? What's your name? Where are you calling from? Let's go back.
You cut him off.
You didn't tell us your name.
Time is against us. We have not discussed.
You didn't tell us your name. I'm going to have to yank you off if you're not going to tell us your name and where you're calling from.
He's taking you back.
Let me respond to what you are saying.
Yeah.
Concerning the strike of the.
But first of all, your name, please, and where you're calling from.
A concerned citizen from Bayelsa State.
Okay,
concerned citizen. All right.
Yes.
Go on.
I'm representing many.
No, go ahead. We've gotten your. That's okay. Go on.
There's an incident where man was even shouting in the market. They didn't know what to do. because of little money in his pocket, he can't even buy anything.
So make your point. Make your point quickly. Make your point quickly, concerned citizen.
So what I'm saying there is this: as regards to the resident doctors, it's very pathetic. Where you are not safe, then where is the hope? Where is the courage to continue to serve the masses? So these are the issue, and it's the only God that intervene in this matter.
Thank you.
Because I just honestly, we are being muzzled in this country.
Thank you.
God, we turn back.
Thank you, concerned citizen. Thank you.
We turn back.
Now,
Okay.
one part that I did not add is the fact that the international, you can drop off and continue to watch concerned citizen. Now, the standard ratio around the world is 1 doctor to 600 patients. But in Nigeria, our ratio is something that can make you weep, because it says that we have 1 doctor to 9,083 patients. Now, that report was done in February. Now, between that time and now, you can imagine that several of them have also jackpot.
Left the country.
And then you now have a situation where they are on strike.
It's a pain to see such a thing, because these ones that have decided to stay here, it's not that they've not had the opportunity to leave.
Exactly.
But it's just because
feel that
they are being very patriotic.
Exactly.
And so I know that what should be done is that they ought to be given their due respect, the way it ought to be. And I must say, from myself, from my heart, I must say that I'm grateful, and I know that many Nigerians are grateful to them for still being here to help and to do what they're doing.
I actually think we should give an appeal to them to please get back to work.
For the fact that we don't have time, I think solution should be our focus.
Yes, right now.
Solution should be our focus. And for me, the area I will go is that, like you said, most Nigerian doctors, the time they spend in the hospital is even higher than the normal time.
Exactly, this strain is too much because of
and at the end they will be stressed up. Attending to another next patient may even lead to death.
Exactly, it may affect their performance, their effectiveness.
Yes, and now why they are calling for this strike now is because of insecurity on their side.
Yeah.
If you come to the military angle, that are protected, military that protect Nigeria, police that protect Nigeria, they have a particular place where they keep them. That is barracks. We suggest that Nigeria, from federal government to state government, even to local government, should have a particular zone where they will build an estate
for doctors.
For doctors.
So like doctors
for their security. Then within that zone, you will equally put either police post to protect them. And their pay, again, should be encouraging. Because majority of them who are leaving this country to the other country where they are going to, they are paid there heavily. And from what they are giving them there, they are equally reaching back to their family back home.
Yeah.
But the ones here, they cannot even feed themselves well. Talk more of even reaching back to their parents who have suffered to train them.
I think I'll take it from there, Richard. You have a good point when you talked about creating a particular area where security can be concentrated on them. But the truth is this woman was kidnapped around her office. I know the place. I've been there for my eye test. She was an ophthalmologist with the National Eye Center. Let's take this. Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Hello?
I can hear you. We can hear you. Yeah?
Yes. I just want to contribute to what you people are discussing.
You've not told us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, this issue is doctors going on strikes. I think we need to do something.
Can you let us know? Can you let us know you? Can you let us know you and where you're calling from?
Okay, I'm here from Abuja.
Better. Go ahead.
Yes. So my suggestion is, you see, the problem is our securities are not really willing to end this insurgency, kidnapping, and other things. I know they are doing their best, but
I guess that's enough.
Why can't we go to community and address this matter together at a community level?
all the people that are doing kidnapping, doing insurgency, they are from my family. There's a need for every family to know that who and who among the family are doing this kind of bad characters, and how can they help the community, to help them to radicalize them, sit down with them and change their thinking. Most of them, if you see that they were sent to do that kidnapping, and when ransom is paid, when they were asked how much were you paid, they collected million, but they ended up collecting just 100,000 or 50,000 naira. Those who are doing the main kidnapping, the other people collecting the money at high level, they are the ones just enjoying the money. So that's my contribution.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I like the angle he has come from about the family. We all know that the family is the smallest unit of society, and if every family will take it upon themselves to inculcate the right attitudes and character in their children and wards, of course, this fight will be half won. This might just be the last call. Hello, what's your name and where are you calling from?
No, this is Ola.
Yeah, you're calling from where?
Lagos.
Lagos. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to, for the sake of time, two things that I think should be done. Because like one of the suggestions that we heard that like a settlement for doctors. I'm not sure settlement can be done for bankers, for teachers, for everybody else. So number one, let the security, all right, be well motivated. When there was protest, we saw the way police, soldiers, all of them, they came together as a force to guide everywhere. We now saw red alert that so we have a force like this that was just activated with all ammunitions. That's number one. Number two, so if the first one is that if the police can be well, the security agencies can be well motivated and military, whatever they need, to give that red alert that they gave during protest. That should be done. They should put that in place and that should work. Number two, one of the main source of this kidnapping is economic reason, unemployment. So why government will look at that security aspect and bring them together and mobilize them? Let the government start to tackle the issue economic problem, so that people that are seeing government lavishing and displaying their opulence in the presence of poor people, they will start to look at how to tackle the problem of wealth. That people are now jobless because they don't have the money to buy 920 naira per liter fuel, to do their organizer, to do their dry cleaning, to do that. So when people are idle, they said an idle man is devil workshop. Solve the problem of the economy, solve the problem of unemployment, while you handle security forces very well.
So Ola, in a nutshell, you are saying it should be addressed the true kinetic means and economic means. Big up, well done. Thank you. Thanks for your contribution. You are a regular caller. Please keep it up. Thanks. Now, I think that will be the last caller, so we can give our last lines. Let's start from Richard.
The issue of insecurity generally, just like he said, the problem of unemployment have to be tackled. Like the other caller said, two of my brothers were kidnapped last year, and the two that were kidnapped, the story they gave us was that these kidnappers, the people that are kidnapping, they are not the real people collecting the money.
That's what this guy said.
They sold them to two different groups. There are specialists who receive these people that they kidnap from them and they pay them off. And this other set of people can equally still sell you like gold to another set of people. So the people they are selling you to, they are the one that have owned the camp.
Okay.
Keeping all the goats inside the den.
Yes.
And they are the one making the call for the money to be paid to them. They buy these people from the main kidnappers.
Yes.
Who are these boys smoking in their hair and all of these things
around
the environment?
They just guns
and
around.
they target people that have money. This medical doctor issue now, they see almost in our environment. From my village, we see medical doctors as special people. And we treat them with respect.
With respect, exactly.
With respect. Now they are seeing them as people who have money, because to them, once you are a medical doctor, they pay you heavily.
Yes. Since you're highly
And to them,
respected,
you have not
money.
knowing that in Nigeria, medical doctors are suffering like you, and they are passing through pain, sacrifice to ensure that they are with you here to save your life. So our younger ones, like the other one said, should please drop their anger and see how they will rearrange themselves with the society. And our traditional rulers too should equally stand up to see how they know all the criminals in all the villages. So please and please, the country is our own. Medical doctors, they are here to help us. Let's should stop kidnapping them.
Right.
Okay.
In less than one minute.
Okay.
In less than 1 minute.
Okay, no problem. In less than a minute, I would say life is sacrosanct. Let's not play with life. That's the most important thing. I want to beg these kidnappers, please, when you get them, find out who they are and release the ones you should release. I'm not saying you should take them all, but please think of better things. And all the money people have got, use it and start businesses now and close shop for kidnapping. I pray that God will help us in this country. You are human beings like every other person. May God help you to understand that it's not right.
I like that passionate appeal.
Thank you.
I will use my opportunity to appeal to the security forces. Number one, there are places that have been identified as flashpoints for kidnapping and some criminality. For example, where the National Eye Center is, it's not far from where the forestry, whatever is, which also was a center of kidnapping of several people, if you remember, in the recent past. So that should have given the security forces and insight as to
prepare themselves
that
ahead.
kind of area. That's one. Two, I also appeal to doctors, resident doctors. Yes, that's correct. You have a good point. You have a good fight to fight. But think about how many the colossal collateral damage that will come from this strike. I believe that your message has gone to the necessary quarters, and they will do what they can to official Dr. Ganiat Bukbola. And we are praying. The whole nation is praying. And we believe that very soon things will turn around for good. Can you please go back to your work? People are dying. More people are dying. That's not your normal attitude. Thank you very much for all the humanitarian work that you do. And this is where we're going to say our bye-byes. Good night, everyone. My name remains Dayo Omoogun.
I am Oriri Richard. Good night.
Okechukwu Onubogu here. May the best happen to us always.
And let me use this opportunity to say thank you to all the callers who made it through tonight, and to say a special thank you to our executive producer, Ruben Okala, and to everyone in the production team who has made this possible. Thank you very much.
Yes.
And as we say at KAFTAN TV,
Imagine a beautiful world.
Beautiful world.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You've tried to say it right today.